The USA Radio Network presents the greatest radio programs of all time.
Suspense. Ladies and gentlemen, the story you are about to hear is true. Only the names have been changed to protect the innocent.
Dragnet.
This is classic radio theater.
Gangbusters.
I was a communist for the FBI.
Lights out. Everybody.
Now here's your host, Wyatt Cox.
Some fun drama. John Brown starring in the Damon Runyon Theater. And these shows that you're hearing here, the Damon Runyon Theater, were supplied by our friend Ted Davenport over at RadioMemories.com. If you want the shows unedited as they were exactly broadcast, go see Ted at RadioMemories.com. Thanks to Ted for bringing us these shows. Damon Runyon Theater, originally broadcast July 24th of 1949, and the Lily of St Pierre.
The Damon Runyon Theater. Once again, the Damon Runyon Theater brings you another story by the master storyteller, Damon Runyon. And this one, The Lily of St Pierre. And to tell it to you, here is Broadway.
Thanks. Well, there are four of us, including Louis the Lug, sitting in Good Time Charlie's little joint one Tuesday morning about 4 o'clock, doing a bit of quartet singing. Very low, so as not to disturb McNulty, the cop on the beat outside. We are about halfway through a song when this happened.
In a cabin, in a canyon.
That's very pretty, boys. Very pretty. I am sorry to bust it up. Don't reach for that rod, Louis. Don't. You do, and I'll make you look like a used punch board.
Jack of Hearts. Why, I do not even know you are in town.
No, I guess not. How are you, Broadway?
Just fine. Fine. And you?
Tired. Louis, sit still.
Now, look, Jack, unless you and me have a few words.
Sure. A few words.
Jack.
What do you want, Charlie?
Look, please do not make no trouble in my place. Please, Jack.
Trouble? This ain't no trouble at all, Charlie. I didn't think you'd have the nerve to come back here, Louis.
Jack, why are you making all the fuss about just a
Don't
little...
finish that, Louis. Don't finish it, or I might put a period to it with this.
Jack, I ask you, please, not here.
I come a long way to do this, Charlie. I ain't particular where it happens.
You're crazy, Jack. You'll burn for it. It ain't worth it.
No? Tell you what, Louis. We'll all sit here and I'll tell a story. And we'll let the rest of the boys decide whether it's worth it or not. Kind of like a jury. What do you say?
You mean you will listen to us?
Yeah.
You promised us?
I promise.
Well, Jack of Hearts, I know you are a guy who never goes back on a promise. You have got that reputation. Okay, we will make the deal.
Fair enough.
You guys are all nuts. There is a copper outside. He will hear the shots and you will all be part of the deal.
You seem pretty sure what our answer is going to be, Louis. Even before we hear Jack's story.
Yeah, he is afraid, Broadway. But I am not. Okay. You all settle back and I will spill the piece.
So there we sit, the six of us, and we wait for Jack to start his story.
And now back to the Damon Runyon Theater and the famous story, The Lily of St Pierre.
Like I say, there we sit. Jack's Roscoe is pointed right where it will separate Louis's breathing from the rest of it. And Louis is staring down at the rod and sweating so that the stiff collar he is wearing just turns over. The rest of us are looking at Jack, who never takes his eyes off of Louis. And Jack begins as follows.
Maybe you guys remember about a year ago when I'm doing a job for John the Boss.
Yeah, I remember, Jack.
Well, the job takes me up into Canada on a boat. We get into a little trouble with gendarmes, and we make a run for it one cold night when it is raining. It seems that I get a bad cold, and it gets worse. In fact, it develops into pneumonia, and I pass out. Now, a guy with pneumonia is no citizen to have along on a tough job. So John the boss leaves me off in a place called St. Pierre. Remember it, Louis?
Look, Jack.
Shut up. Anyway, I get pretty sick. When I wake up, I find myself in a nice little house, listening to a funny kind of sound. Don't come no closer.
You are awake at last. Good.
Oh. What happens to me?
You are very weak. You were very ill, monsieur.
Hey, who are you?
I am Dr. Armand Dorval. Your friends leave you here.
Oh. What's that noise?
No, eh? Oh, the fog warning. It is out in the harbor.
Harbor? Where am I?
The village of St. Pierre, Newfoundland.
How long have I been here?
3 days now. But it is better if you rest, not talk. Are you hungry?
Yeah. Hey, I am.
Good. But only broth at first. Then more solid food later.
Wait a minute, you.
Oui, monsieur.
Where you going?
To get you some broth.
Look. Any coppers around?
Coppers, monsieur?
Gendarmes.
Ah, you speak French.
You kidding? Just answer my question. Any coppers?
But no, monsieur.
Okay. But be careful.
But yes, monsieur.
Who's it?
I brought you something to eat. May I come in?
Just like that, you bust in.
You better eat this while it's hot.
Hey, who are you?
I'm Lily. What's your name?
Jack. Jack of Hearts.
Jack of Hearts.
That funny?
Is that your real name?
Jack is.
Here, take some of this.
Oh, what are you trying to do? Boil me alive?
It's hot.
No, ice cold.
Why is your name Jack of Hearts?
Why you want to know?
Because it's an odd name.
Yeah. Ever play poker?
No. What is it?
Card game.
No. I've never played cards.
No. Well, anytime I get a Jack of Hearts in stud poker, I stay in the pot and win. Get it?
No.
And skip it.
Yes.
Hey.
Yes?
I'm sorry I blew my top.
Blew your top?
Don't nobody around here talk English?
I do.
Yeah. Come to think of it, you don't talk like the old guy. Anybody'd think you're American.
I was raised in the United States, just across the border in a convent.
Oh. Say, who is the old guy?
Dr. Dorval.
Sure, he tells me that, but who is he?
My grandfather. When my father was killed, I came here to live.
Old man killed, huh? Run with a mob?
What?
Skip that, too.
The broth's getting cold. Grandpa says you've got to eat it.
Where's he now?
Downstairs. Why?
Just wanted to know. Your name is Lily, huh?
That's right.
Yeah. Look, why do you keep staring at me? You never seen a guy before?
Not like you.
I'm different or something?
Yes.
How?
I don't know. You just look different.
Will you stop gawking at me like I'm in a zoo?
I'm sorry, but...
But what?
I won't tell you.
Look, Lily, don't bring up subjects and then drop them. Why am I different?
I guess it's your mouth.
I'm sorry, I'll trade it in on something else, maybe another pair of ears.
You're angry at me.
Me? Nah.
Your mouth is hard. Why do you keep your lips pressed together?
Because I breathe through my nose. Now look,
That's better. Now your mouth is like your eyes.
Huh? How?
Nice and pleasant.
Nuts. Beat it and let me eat my soup. So that's how I meet Lily and her grandfather. You remember Lily, Louis.
Jack, let's go someplace.
Louis. The boys here gotta hear the rest. Then they gotta be a jury.
We are listening, Jack.
Sure. Like I say, I meet Dr. Dorval and Lily. She's only 16. Pretty. With eyes that look like they're looking at the whole world at once. Well, a few days go by with Lily taking care of me, and then I get so I can use my pins without wobbling around. The fog warning stops blowing, and it's pretty there. So one day I go downstairs, and outside for the first time, Lily's in the garden and sees me.
Jack, glad to see you.
Oh, hiya, Lily.
Oh, you're up.
Yeah. I feel like somebody goes over me with some rubber hose. Knocked out.
A few days of this air, and you'll be all better.
Sure I will. That the village over there?
Yes, that's St Pierre.
It is pretty, ain't it?
Would you like to go over in the boat when you feel well enough?
No, I'll stay here.
Why don't you want to go?
I'll stay here, I said.
Oh, I've never been anyplace else but the convent and here. Sometimes I think I'd like to go someplace.
Yeah? Lily?
What, Jack?
Don't.
Don't what?
Don't get that kind of idea in your head. You belong here. Like
what?
How do I know? I ain't Shakespeare. I'm going inside now.
Good evening, Monsieur Jacques.
Oh, Doc.
I look for you. I miss our checker game.
Sorry. Didn't feel like it tonight.
You care if I sit by you here?
Why should I?
You like the view here, yes?
Yeah.
It is a lonely spot, but it keeps you company, mais non?
You're as screwy as Lily. Half the time I don't know what you're talking about.
I think maybe you are a lonely man, Jack of Hearts.
Who wouldn't be in this?
You like it here, yes?
Sure.
You pretend you do not, but you do.
You got good eyes, Doc.
I do not need eyes for that. When is it you fall in love with Lily?
You get screwier and screwier. She's just a kid, 16.
She is a woman.
Ah.
I like you, Monsieur Jacques de Coeur.
What?
Your name in French.
What makes you think I fall for her?
It is true, oui?
No.
You do not lie well, Monsieur Jacques. I like a man who does not lie well. As though he is not accustomed to doing it.
Brother, have you got me pegged wrong?
What?
You don't know me, is what I say.
I know that you are brought here very sick. I know that the men who bring you here are very hard men. When a man's life is at stake, I do not ask questions. Will you go back to them, Jack of Hearts? Huh?
What else?
I thought perhaps...
Don't think nothing. And as for that crack about me being off my rocker for Lily, that's a big yuck. That's English for laugh.
Well, that is the story Jack of Hearts tells us so far. But there is more. Lots more. And what happens, I will tell you in a minute.
July 24th, 1949, the Damon Runyon Theater. I'm Wyatt Cox. You're listening to Classic Radio Theater.
Nothing is more important than protecting your family and property. That's why you should make a free call right now to Vivint, the #1 smart home services provider in the U.S. Vivint will make your home safer and more secure with a state-of-the-art system that's so simple to use. Vivint smart home specialists provide award-winning monitoring of your system 24/7, 365 to respond to any emergency, even when you can't. And with the 4.5-star rated Vivint smart home mobile app, control your entire house from anywhere. Locks, cameras, security system, all at your fingertips on your mobile device. Call Vivint now and get a free quote, professional installation, and full smart home service for as little as $2 per day. Equipment purchase or service agreement required. Conditions apply. Call now. A smart home is a safer home, so protect your family and your property, home or business, with a Vivint smart home system.
Call 800-619-7902. That's 800-619-7902. Call now, 800-619-7902.
I used to wonder when I saw people going into nice hotels, really nice hotels, taking a pillow with them. That was before I got a MyPillow, because I know it doesn't matter where I'm going, whether I'm going to a 1-star, 3-star, 5-star hotel, MyPillow goes with me, whether it's just overnight or whether it's on vacation. And here's the great deal about MyPillow right now. The lowest price ever offered on radio or TV. 2 MyPillow premium pillows for $69.98. That's only $34.99 per pillow. The lowest price ever offered on radio or TV. And it's still the same pillow. Great pillow, 60-day money-back guarantee, 10-year warranty. And call them. 1-800-951-8175, or go to MyPillow.com, use promo code USA, click on the 2-pack special, and get the best deal you've ever gotten on a good night's sleep when you get a MyPillow.
Are you drowning in debt? Are you struggling to make minimum payments? Did you know that on average, a household with at least one credit card struggles with over $15,000 in credit card debt? If this sounds like you, know that it's not your fault. Credit card debt happens to good people. Credit card companies lure you in with low introductory rates and low minimum payments. Before you know it, you're in over your head. National Debt Relief has helped thousands of good people just like you become debt-free with our Debt Reset program that will dramatically reduce your debt down to a fraction of what you owe. Our Debt Reset program is customized to get you debt-free in as little as 24 to 48 months with one low monthly payment. If you owe over $10,000 in credit card debt or even personal loans, call 800-274-9490. There are no upfront fees or out-of-pocket expenses. You don't pay a dime until we succeed. Call now to see how the Debt Reset program can work for you. 800-274-9490. That's 800-274-9490. 800-274-9490.
Thanks for tuning in to Classic Radio Theater on your favorite station. Now more of the Damon Runyon Theater, originally broadcast July 24th, 1949.
And now back to the Damon Runyon Theater and the famous story, The Lily of St Pierre.
Well, we still sit there looking at Jack of Hearts, who never takes his eyes off of Louis the Lug. By this time, Louis's collar is nothing like a collar, and his eyes are looking so hard at the rod pointing at him that they look like glass marbles. And Jack says as follows.
So I leave St. Pierre that night. Sure, the old man pegs me. I fall for Lily. A wrong guy and a right doll. Then sometime later, who is it runs into me in Chicago but this...
Jack, please.
Not yet, Louis. But you are hot at that time. You need a place to hide out. Where do I take you? Tell him, Louis. Where do I take you?
St. Pierre.
What? Jack, you mean you take him there? But why?
I tell myself it is to do him a favor until the heat is off him, but it is because I want to see Lily again and the old man. So we get to St. Pierre, and old Doc Dorval acts like I am his son. He is that glad to see me.
Jacques, Jacques, it is wonderful to see you again. We miss you when you are gone, and you live without a word. Why?
We'll talk about that later. Right now, is it okay I bring a friend with me?
Oh, but yes, certainement, oui.
Well, don't get too happy, Doc. You ain't seen him.
Oh, if he is your friend, he is mine.
Jack! Oh, Jack, it's so wonderful to see you again.
Nice to see you too, Lily. How have you been?
Why didn't you say goodbye?
I don't like to.
Yes?
You're different.
A bit older, Jacques.
Yeah, a bit older.
Hey, what's going on? I'm sitting out there in the car like a pigeon.
Take it easy, Louis. This is Doc Dorval. Doc, this is my friend.
I am pleased and honored, monsieur.
Yeah. So it's a joint, huh, Jack? Brother, this ain't a hideout, it's a tomb.
Shut up.
Huh? Oh, sure. Hiya, babe.
Her name's Lily. Get it straight the first time.
Okay, so I'll call her Lily. I'm gonna give the place a case.
Don't pay no attention, Doc. He shoots off his mouth all the time.
I understand, Jacques.
Yeah, I knew you would. You know, it's just like being back home again. Louis?
Yeah, it's me.
Where you been?
Walking around this tomb 3 days here, and I'm talking to myself.
Keep it that way.
Sure. How long's that racket keep up?
Until the fog's gone.
How do you get any sleep?
Tell you what. You don't like it here? Why not hop back to the States? You'll run into lots of company there. Plenty of people to talk to, including the DA, maybe.
Okay, no offense. I'm just going sternary in this burg.
Maybe you'll get to like it.
How'd you find this joint?
What's the difference? It's safe.
Yeah. Only I'm thinking it's funny you taught me up here, you know, a million other places.
This is safer.
Maybe prettier, too, huh?
Meaning?
The doll. What's her name, Lily? You hear me?
I hear you.
Mind if I turn on the light in here?
Leave it off.
Okay.
Think of a joke?
Yeah. Real funny one.
Like what?
You ain't kidding me, Jack.
Kidding? What am I kidding about?
The doll. Anytime a cookie like you holds up my joint like this, there's gotta be a good reason, okay? She's a good reason. Plenty good. I don't blame you. Why, you... I'll cook you. You slug me.
You want to start cooking, Louis?
I get it.
And keep it.
Sure. So you fall for it, huh? Do you tell her?
No.
Okay. It was a nasty slug you put on me, Jack.
Anytime you want to try to get it back, I'm here.
I would never think of it, Jackie. I would just never think of it.
It is about a week after what I just tell you when I am sitting down by the sea. It is a dark night, and just like before, old Doc Dorval comes and sits.
Good evening, Jacques.
Hiya, Doc.
Jacques, I must talk to you.
Sure, Doc. What about?
Lily.
Yeah? Anything wrong?
I do not know, Jacques, but your friend...
Louis? What about him?
Is he the right man for Lily?
Doc, what's been going on?
You do not know?
I don't, I swear it, Doc.
He talks to her.
Oh, Jacques, she's so young. She knows nothing of people in the world.
Okay, that's enough. Where's Louis?
With her now in the garden.
Come on.
Yeah, that's right, baby. Now, there ain't no place in the world like New York.
Yeah, there ain't. That's why you're going back, Louis.
Jack.
What are you, a gumshoe?
Get out of here, Lily.
No, Jack. We were just talking.
I know. Get out. Doc.
What, Jacques?
Take her back to the house.
Oui? Lily, please.
All right.
Okay. Now.
What's eating you, Jack? So I'm giving a kid a line, it don't mean nothing at all, just passing the time.
Yeah.
Guy can go nuts here if he don't find anything for laughs.
We're leaving tonight.
You're kidding. The heat's still on me.
I'll buy you a fan. We're leaving tonight.
Can't get to first base with it yourself, huh? That it? That's the second time you do that, Jack.
Want to feel a third?
Okay, forget it. Only let's get out of this bike.
The conclusion of the Damon Runyon Theater and an episode of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, coming up in our next half hour. Again, lots of thanks to Ted over at RadioMemories.com for providing this program to us. And you can always find our podcasts at ClassicRadio.stream, or you can find Ted's information at RadioMemories.com. You know, for a while I worked in a hotel, and I really used to go, why do people bring their own pillows with them? Well, once I got a MyPillow, I understood. Because doesn't matter how good the hotel is, doesn't matter whether it's a 2-star, 3-star, 5-star hotel, it doesn't matter how nice the hotel is if you don't get a good night's sleep. And the key to getting a good night's sleep is a MyPillow. Now, the best deal ever offered on MyPillow right now. You go to MyPillow.com, enter our promo code USA, click the 2-pack special, and folks, you're going to get 2 MyPillow premium pillows for $69.98. That's $34.99 per pillow, the lowest price ever offered on radio or TV. Now, it's the same MyPillow we've been talking about for months. It stays cool all night long. You don't wake up and flip the pillow over in the middle of the night. It keeps its shape. You don't have to fluff it up in the middle of the night. 60-day money-back guarantee, 10-year warranty, and that's the deal. Try it for 60 days. You don't like it, send it back. 10-year warranty. Tell me another pillow you've got that's got a 10-year warranty. No. And the great thing is it's always as clean and fresh as new. If you get in a mess or after, a couple of weeks, throw it in the washing machine, toss it in the dryer, fluff it up, and you got a brand new MyPillow. The lowest price ever offered on MyPillow, 2 MyPillow premium pillows, $69.98, $34.99 a pillow. You see if you can find a price like that anywhere else. Go to MyPillow.com, click on the 2-pack special, enter my promo code USA, or call 1-800-951-8175. The best deal ever. And by the way, that promo code USA works on anything on the MyPillow website, MyPillow.com. Thanks for tuning in to Classic Radio Theater on your favorite station. Now the conclusion of the Damon Runyon Theater, July 24th, 1949, the Lily of St Pierre.
So we get out that night, and I don't say goodbye to Lily and the old man this time either. But you get away, don't you, Louis? You find a hideout in Maine. Then you go back to St Pierre. You talk big to Lily. The kid thinks you're on the level.
So what happens, Jack?
One day, about a year later, I am in Detroit. I am standing on a corner when up comes little Joe.
Hiya, Jack of Hearts.
Hiya, Joey. What's new?
Nothing. Oh, I run into a friend of yours the other day.
Yeah? Who?
Louis the Lug.
So, what's he doing in Detroit?
Dunno. Picked up with a mob, I think. Anyway, he leaves yesterday.
That's good. I'll enjoy the town better.
Yeah, I know what you mean. That guy's the number one heel. Ditches some doll when she, it gets to be too much trouble. She was a cute kid, too.
Huh? Cute kid? Who?
Some doll he hits town with. And him with a wife and 2 kids in St. Louis.
Joey, what doll? What did she look like?
Hey, let go of my coat. What's ID? You want the suit? I'll give it to you.
What doll? What's her name?
What's burning you?
Give me the name, the doll.
I don't know. Louise, Lillian.
Lily?
Yeah, Lily, that's it. Cute little trick. Black hair, eyes big like manhole covers.
Where's she now?
For the love of Mike, let go of my coat.
Where is she?
Well, from what I hear, the General Hospital, Hey, where you going? Now, there's a guy really off the beat.
This is the charity ward. Please stay only 5 minutes. The other patients...
Yeah, Doc, 5 minutes.
There she is.
Where? Her? That ain't her. It's a mistake.
I'm sorry. That's Lily Dorval. Remember, 5 minutes.
Lily. Lily.
Grandpa?
No, it's me. Jack. Jack of Hearts.
Oh, Jack.
Look, kid. We're going to get you out of here. We're going to take you back to St. Pierre.
No, I can't go. No, Jack.
You gotta.
I can't. I don't want him to know.
Him? Who?
Grandpa. He wouldn't let me leave. But, Jack, please forgive me.
For what, kid? For what?
I told him I was going to meet you and marry you. He loved you, Jack. He wouldn't have let me go otherwise.
Me? Me? You mean it would have been all right for me? Oh, kid.
Forgive me.
Sure. Sure, you... Wait a minute. Doc, get over here.
Please be quiet.
Listen to me, Doc. Will she get better?
She... 1 more day at the most.
Then look, get a minister, a priest, anybody. Get somebody to marry us.
And that is the story Jack O'Hearts tells. But it is not the end. There is still the payoff. Like I say, Jack tells us the story. And when he is finished, we sit and look at him. And he says,
Yeah, I marry Lily. I take the license back to old man Dorval in case he asks. And I find she writes to him every week about how happy she is with me. Yeah, she is happy now. So is the old man. Because Lily is back in St. Pierre. Dead.
Look, Jack, I got no idea you're crazy about the kid. I swear I wouldn't have looked at her if I knew.
You're a dirty liar.
I tell you, I swear it.
Okay, Broadway. Charlie, what's the verdict?
For the love
Shut up. Broadway.
Jack, look. There is the old man. When he hears you shot Louis, and he will wonder. And sooner or later, the whole story will get back to him.
I never thought of that. All the while I hunt for Louis, I think of only one thing.
Maybe you wish to go back to the old man someday. Back to St. Pierre.
I never think of that either.
I think you will be happy there, Jackahat.
Hey, he's gone. Hey, Broadway, you saved my life. Come on, I'll buy you a drink.
Please, buy it someplace else.
What? Come on, break it up.
Get out of here, Louis.
You kidding, Broadway?
No, I am not. Get out, and I will take great pleasure in throwing you out.
Huh? You want to get cooked? I got a rod, too.
Use it.
Huh?
Go ahead, pull it out. Use it on me, you dirty skunk. You are yellow from the top to the bottom.
Watch that, Broadway. I'll cook you.
All right, you got the gun in your hand, use it. And I still say you are a dirty skunk. And I apologize to all the skunks in the world.
Why?
I will see that this story gets to the right guys, Louis. Once you are a tough hood. But when certain citizens learn what you really are, you are done. Now, do you still wish to pull the trigger?
You are all nuts.
Broadway,
Yeah, Charlie?
you get him plenty mad. A guy like him don't think of a copper outside. He could have plugged you and run out the back.
I know he will not shoot me, even if he thinks of the copper, because he is yellow. Besides, it is almost 5 o'clock.
So?
So? McNulty, who is the cop outside, goes off duty at 4:30. However, I will take a cup of coffee. Black.
And so ends another famous Damon Runyon story, The Lily of St Pierre. Listen in again next week for the Damon Runyon Theater. The Damon Runyon Theater, with John Brown as Broadway, is directed by Richard Sandville, and the story is adapted for radio by Russell Hughes. Vern Karstensen is in charge of production. This is a Mayfair production.
By the way, Mayfair is the same company that produced Box 13, if you didn't know that. I've mentioned several times our thanks to Ted over at RadioMemories.com. Ted can provide shows on cassette, on CD, and on MP3 CDs, and on flash drives, too. Contact him through RadioMemories.com. Coming up next, yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Welcome to Tax Talk with Hollywood legend Bob Eubanks.
You know, as part of Hollywood for a long time, I've seen my fair share of celebrities get in trouble with the IRS. Well, there's one name I trust, the Tax Defense Group. They're the most trusted name in tax. So if you owe more than $10,000 to the IRS, you really need to call my friends at the Tax Defense Group. Ignoring the IRS is not the solution. They can garnish your paycheck, levy your bank accounts, seize your home or business. But the Tax Defense Group could put a stop to all of that and tailor a program that would reduce your tax debt to pennies on the dollar. You gotta love that. So don't just take my word for it. Call them. Find out for yourself. They offer a 100% satisfaction guarantee, and they're open 24 hours a day because they know that tax debt doesn't sleep either.
Call now for your free and confidential tax analysis from the most trusted name in tax. Call 800-832-1594. 800-832-1594.
If you enjoy our Classic Radio Theater broadcasts and want to start building a collection of your own, go to classicradio.stream. That's classicradio.stream. There you'll find links to great classic radio collections on CD, along with links to great reading on classic radio, plus Classic Radio Theater on demand. Check out our webpage, available now at classicradio.stream. That's classicradio.stream. And enjoy.
Hi, I'm Captain Obvious, and every day thousands of people book trips on Hotels.com. Trips you will later hate like. What's a hate like? It's when you like Becky's picture of another perfect waterfall, even though you kind of hate it. It's not that you hate Becky, it's that you hate that she's there, and you're at work listening to Lisa talk about her alleged food allergies. Don't hate like Becky's trip. Book your own with Hotels.com and get rewarded basically everywhere. Hotels.com. Be there, do that, get rewarded.
Today, business happens here, and virtually anywhere. Because today, innovative companies are reinventing the way business happens. And they need people who can keep up. With the expertise and technology to get packages to over 150 million delivery points. So, who can help you deliver the future of commerce? The United States Postal Service. See why we deliver more e-commerce packages to homes than anyone at USPS.com/future.
Right now, you can get 5 cents off every gallon of fuel every day. That's 5 cents off every gallon with Make It Count rewards from Marathon. Plus, you can earn points for additional savings on fuel, airfare, hotels, and more. It's quick and easy to join. Just visit makeitcount.com/radio or download the free app. So start saving today with Make It Count from Marathon. Offer valid only at participating Marathon locations. Marathon, fueling the American spirit.
Now on Classic Radio Theater, Part 2 of a 5-part Yours Truly Johnny Dollar story, The Open Town Matter, as it was originally broadcast July 24th, 1956.
From Hollywood, it's time now for...
Johnny Dollar.
This is Dave Sherman, Mr. Dollar, city attorney.
Oh, yes, I've been trying to reach you, Mr. Sherman.
Yes, so my office tells me. It's the Ed Blake case, I suppose.
That's right.
Well, I've already told my secretary to make all the records available.
It's not the records I'm mainly interested in, Mr. Sherman. I want to talk to you personally.
Oh, why?
Because I've been informed that you're able to furnish an alibi for my number one suspect.
Marty Blake, huh?
That's right.
Who informed you, Mr. Dollar?
Marty Blake.
Oh, the lovely widow herself.
Right.
Well, I guess we'd better have a talk.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yes, if you're dead set on lighting a fuse in this town, I may as well give you some matches. Come on over to the courthouse.
Tonight, and every weekday night, Bob Bailey in the transcribed adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. From Special Investigator Johnny Dollar, location Greensport, Missouri, to the Home Office, Great Plains Guarantee Company, Hartford, Connecticut. Assignment, The Open Town Matter. Expense account continued. Items 5 and 6, 70 cents. A copy of the Greensport Daily Herald and a taxi fare to City Hall. I opened the paper and glanced over the headlines. Murder of police chief still unsolved. City Attorney's Office claims new evidence. Mayor Lyons demands action. I could feel for the mayor. My client stood to lose $50,000, life insurance payable to the dead police chief's widow, Marty Blake. So I wanted action, too. And I was hoping to get it from City Attorney Dave Sherman.
Come in, Mr. Dollar. I'll have a seat.
Thanks.
When did you get in town?
Early this afternoon.
And you've already met Marty Blake. Well, that figures.
Yes, it does. Under the circumstances. Her husband has been killed. He carried $50,000 worth of insurance with my company. And Mrs. Blake filed her claim less than 24 hours after his death.
So that's why you hot-footed it out here from Hartford, huh?
Well, the company figured 24 hours was pretty fast action for a grief-stricken widow.
Oh? I don't imagine Marty is grieving too much.
No, she's not. She told me that herself.
Marty's about 26 or 7. Ed Blake was in his 50s.
Uh-huh. Money, maybe?
Well, not until he met her. Then he started to make it. Fast. He had to. That's how Marty likes things.
Fast. And then he married her.
Well, then she married him.
Hmm.
And now, 8 months later, she's a widow with an insurance claim for $50,000.
Well, she said she liked things fast.
Why, I know what you're thinking, Mr. Dollar, but you may as well back up and start all over. You're off on the wrong foot.
Well, how do you mean?
This killing? Oh, sure, it worked out perfect for her and made to order. A man could build a pretty good case against her, especially with that 24-hour insurance claim. Yes, that would really cinch it with a jury.
I pointed that out to her.
Well, I figured as much. Would you mind telling me what happened?
Well, her first move was to start turning on the charm.
Well, that's one of the easiest things she does, if she thinks it might pay off. And after all, with $50,000 in the offing...
Sure.
Did she give you any of the details, of the night it happened?
It bored her to death to even talk about it.
Oh. And you thought she was putting on an act to maybe throw you off?
What would you think?
Oh, she wasn't, Mr. Dollar, any more than she was sorry that Ed Blake was murdered.
Then she's pretty cold-blooded.
Well, that's a moot question. Figuratively, yes, I suppose she is. See, she used to be a dancer. Never good enough to make the big time, so she had to, live by her wits and her charm. But you pointed out things that could look pretty black for her if the case ever got to court.
That's right.
Huh? What happened?
She sent me to you.
Why? So I could tell you she didn't kill him.
Well, it adds up, Mr. Sherman.
Yeah, I know.
It was late at night, the two of them alone in the house, her husband shot to death with his own gun.
I know, Mr. Dollar, but not by her.
Why not? That story about the mysterious prowler has been used before, over and over. Matter of fact, I broke one of them not 6 months ago.
Mm-hmm. But in this case, it's true.
How do you know?
Because you were wrong on one point. They weren't alone in the house.
Well, what do you mean? Who else was there?
I was.
Oh, I see.
She's as pure as the driven snow. Well, at least so far as Blake's murder is concerned.
Yeah, kind of a neat setup, isn't it?
Huh?
Instead of prosecuting attorney, you're the star witness for the defense.
Yes, I suppose if it came to that, I'd have to be. I was there when it happened.
So that's why she sent me to you, so I could hear it straight from the horse's mouth.
That's about it.
Well, she couldn't have a much better alibi than the city attorney himself.
Thank you. Well, she's in the clear, Mr. Dollar.
How did you happen to be there at 2 o'clock in the morning?
I was spending the night. Ed and I were planning to leave early on a fishing trip.
Oh, I see. Like to tell me all about it?
Certainly. We'd all gone to bed around midnight. It was a few minutes before 2 I woke up. I heard Marty and Ed out in the hall just outside my room. I opened my door, and just then Marty snapped on the hall lights. A second later, the shots blasted downstairs, 5 quick ones.
Where was she standing at the time?
By the door of her room, not 10 feet away from me. So you see, Mr. Dollar, she couldn't have done it.
So, that's that. She can thank her lucky stars you were there.
Oh, Marty's always been lucky.
Have you known her a long time?
3 or 4 years. Ever since she came here to Greensport.
You and Blake were pretty good friends, I suppose, huh?
No, as a matter of fact, we didn't have too much use for each other.
Oh?
Oh, I know it doesn't make sense, going fishing together and spending the night in his home, but... Well, I know what you're thinking, Mr. Dollar.
Do you?
Yes, you're thinking maybe I need an alibi as much as Marty does.
Well, it is that kind of an alibi. It works equally well for either of you two.
Yeah, only I don't need an alibi. Blake and I had our little differences, that's true, but they weren't serious enough to be a motive for killing him.
Maybe Marty herself could be a motive.
In what way?
How old are you, Mr. Sherman?
33. Why?
And Marty Blake is 27. And a beautiful girl. Her husband was around 52, I believe.
Wrong guess again, Mr. Dollar. I've known her too long, and what's more important, I know it too well.
Meaning?
Well, sure, she's a knockout. I was nuts about her once. She's, summer night, wild honeysuckle and a handful of stars, but there's one great big catch to it.
And that is?
She's got a built-in jukebox, hidden way inside of her, and when you put in money, it plays real pretty music. When you don't, nothing. Ed Blake found out.
And still went on putting in money?
He liked the music.
And that's why he got mixed up in the rackets.
Police chief's salary was... Well, Mr. Dollar, you do get around, don't you?
Was Blake running them, or just taking orders?
Now, what makes you think there are any rackets here?
Maybe it was just a guess.
Oh, who told you about them?
It's funny, I can't seem to remember at the moment.
I just bet you can't.
Suppose you answer my question, Mr. Sherman. Who's behind the rackets here in Greensport?
Just a minute.
Who did Blake get his orders from? Or was he the one who gave the orders?
Wait a minute, Mr. Dollar. Just take it easy.
Dave, I wonder if you'd mind going over that report on... Oh, sorry, I didn't know you had...
No, that's all right, Will. Come on in. This is Johnny Dollar. Mr. Dollar, it's Mayor Lyons.
Mr. Dollar?
Mr. Dollar's an insurance investigator, Will. He's here to look into Ed Blake's death.
Terrible tragedy, Mr. Dollar. We'll appreciate all the help you can give us.
Well, so far, Mayor, I'm afraid that doesn't amount to very much. The only theory I had just blew up in my face.
Oh? What was his theory?
Well, Mr. Dollar suspected Marty Blake of the killing.
Well, Dave, didn't you tell him that you
Yes, he told me, Mayor. That's when it blew up in my face.
Well, at various times in the past, Mrs. Blake might have been, as one might say, a bit indiscreet. But to consider her capable of cold-blooded murder is utterly unthinkable, sir.
Particularly when she was standing just 10 feet away from the city attorney at the time.
Well, yes, that's true, of course.
Just what is the official theory on the shooting, gentlemen?
Well, at the moment, I'm afraid we haven't any.
I'll tell you, Mr. Dollar. When we find Shorty Wells, we'll have the killer.
Shorty Wells?
A local hoodlum. Blake got him sent up the river a couple of years ago, and Shorty swore that he'd get Blake for it if it was the last thing that he ever did.
Oh, well, now that's a fairly common threat, though, for a criminal to make.
And usually it's nothing but talk. But Shorty was paroled just last week, Mr. Dollar. He was seen around town the morning before the killing. And we haven't been able to locate him since.
I see.
Wells did it all right. There's not the least doubt in the world.
Yeah, it seems to add up, doesn't it?
Yes, and we've got every available man on the lookout for him, but so far no luck. There's not even a trace of him.
Tell me something, Mayor. Would Marty Blake know anything about the rackets her husband was tied in with?
Rackets? Why, that's the most preposterous thing
Well, it's no use. Mr. Dollar's been talking to somebody, and he's found out that our little city isn't as lily white as we'd like to pretend.
Indeed.
It's true, isn't it, Mayor? As I hear it, Greensport is a wide-open town.
May as well admit it, Will. He knows it already. There's no point in trying to lie about it.
All right. It's true, Mr. Dollar. But it's not wide open, as you put it. But there are rackets, as unpleasant as it may be to admit it.
Do you have any idea who's back of them?
I wish to heaven I did.
What about you, Mr. Sherman?
Well, if I had an idea strong enough to talk about, I'd be talking about it in court.
What about this Shorty Wells? Was he in on them before Blake sent him to prison?
Yes, supposedly, but he wouldn't spill a word about the setup at his trial.
Afraid to, maybe, huh?
Probably.
Wells is the key to this whole thing, Mr. Dollar. The rackets as well as the killing. Find Shorty Wells, and we can wrap this thing up in 10 minutes.
Then I guess we better find him. Standard theory number 2. An ex-convict with a grudge. Number 1, young pretty wife, middle-aged husband, big insurance policy hadn't panned out too well. And I wasn't too sold on the second one. It was just too pat somehow. And the fact that Shorty Wells was missing didn't mean much. If I were an ex-con just out of prison and had threatened a man who was later murdered, I'd be missing too. And yet the pat answer was sometimes the right one. The case was still like the town itself, wide open. I walked out of City Hall, started down the sidewalk toward the taxi stand. I didn't know what move to try next. Technically, of course, I was out of it. Since the beneficiary had an ironclad alibi, she'd get paid regardless of who actually did kill Blake. I didn't pay any attention to the horn the first time, but when it sounded again, I turned to look. She was parked at the curb a few yards away. Marty Blake.
I've been waiting for you, Johnny.
Have you?
Yes. I wanted to talk to you.
You didn't earlier.
Well, I guess you just rubbed me the wrong way. You weren't very nice to me, you know.
Sorry.
You've talked to Dave Sherman, I suppose.
Yep. He gives you an airtight alibi. Why didn't you tell me he was there that night when I talked with you this afternoon?
I might have. If you'd been nicer to me.
Oh, I see.
You'd have checked it with him anyway.
Yeah, I suppose I would have at that.
Well, now that you know I'm not a murderess, maybe we can get to be friends, Johnny.
You think so?
You're still not being very nice.
I am always politely respectful toward new widows, Mrs. Blake. At least until after the first week.
I told you I didn't care about Ed.
Who do you care about, besides yourself? Shorty Wells, by any chance?
Shorty Wells? Who told you that?
Then you know him, huh?
Of course I know him. As I used to know him.
Where is he now?
How should I know? What are you trying to pull if you think for 1 minute that you're...
Get down, quick! Are you all right, Mrs. Blake?
Yes, I guess so. They're shots. Johnny, somebody was trying to kill you.
How do you know it was me they were shooting at?
What?
Maybe they were out to kill you, Mrs. Blake.
July 24th, 1956, yours truly, Johnny Dollar on Classic Radio Theater. Visit the webpage, classicradio.stream. I'm Wyatt Cox. Please thank this station, support the advertisers, tell a friend the great radio shows are back. Classic Radio Theater here on your favorite station and the USA Radio Network.